So this is an effleurage technique. So this is a longitudinal technique which you're going to always start a sports massage with. And before we show the actual technique, then we'll just talk about posture and also couch height. So in relation to couch height, then ideally with your standing up straight, then ideally your finger pad should be touching the top of the couch. It's not too high or too low. And for body position, your patient's limbs should be lying prone. The bolsters should be under their feet and ankles, and my body should be my left leg beside the couch and my right leg behind the couch, so I can use my stronger muscle around my core to apply the force I need to in towards the tissues. So an effleurage technique is always the start of a sports massage. It gets your patient accustomed to touch, it helps to spread lotion, and it also lets me palpate where there's tension, so where there's more tension, where there's less tension, which would direct how the sports massage would progress. It also helps to direct venous return, so we're pushing blood flow back in line with venous return and also lymphatic flow. And it also warms the tissues up, so it will enable us to get deeper as the treatment progresses on. The hand positions which we can use when we apply the technique will depend upon the size of your patient, how big their tissues are, what limb you're on, but options which you can use. So for a smaller limb and a smaller muscle group like a calf, then you can use a single-handed technique. So my left hand can support and hold the foot and ankle and either move into external or internal rotation. And my hand position could be either using my web space, or I could use my ulnar border to still do a single-handed technique, or even my palmar surface where my contact's going to be the heel of my hand. And when you're doing it, it's really important that you're maintaining contact on the way back. So a really poor technique would involve you running up longitudinally, losing contact at the top of the stroke, and then reapplying pressure on the way back. So there should be a continual point of contact with the limb that you're working on. So in addition to a single-handed technique, if you want to get a bit deeper, you could use a single reinforced technique. So your hands are in contact with the tissues, but you can apply more pressure with your left hand on top of your right hand. So this enables you to get a bit more force in and get a bit deeper into the tissues if you're required to do so. If you've got a bigger tissue, like a hamstring or a quadricep or perhaps the lower back, then a single-handed technique wouldn't really give you enough breadth of contact. And in that instance, you can use a double-handed technique. So you've got your hands interwoven and you've got a much wider point of contact, so you can apply a broader effleurage technique over the limb which you're looking to do. For things like pre-event massage and post-event massage, particularly pre-event, where you're looking to get the muscles warmed up, another contact point with effleurage could be double-handed or double alternating, sorry. So one hand's running up as the other hand's running back. So it's a much quicker way that you can apply pressure. This will generate much more warmth in towards the tissues. It's harder on your arms, but it's a really good way to get sort of blood flow moving and get warmth in towards the muscles. Our last one would be using your forearm. And it's really important your hands aren't on the inside of your partner's legs, your body position is correctly applied, so you haven't got much rotation through your T-spine. So your hand's going to always be lateral, and you can put on a contact point with your hand on towards your wrist. If you want to get in with less pressure, you can use your flexors. With a deeper pressure, then you can use your ulnar as a contact point. So I've got a nice wide stance, my hands on top of my wrist, and my body's moving up along the couch. Then when you get towards the top of the technique, you can then move laterally, bring it back and sweep down towards where you started and get pressure on again. If you wanted to get even deeper, then at that point you could move into mid-pronation. Your ulnar is your contact point, you can get lots of pressure on and you can run up longitudinally again. So the technique and your contact will depend upon how deep you need to get and the limb that you're working on, and it's a really important way to start a sports massage.